The story starts in the year 2053. The world's pollution has led to predictions of a third world war. As a result, the situation in every country has become worse. The growing population has led to an increase in crime, and jails have been shuttered. A cube jail has been developed to punish criminals who abandon it on the seashore or in the woods. The criminal receives a wire and is offered two options. One possibility is that he attached and killed himself. The second was that he quietly served his term in this prison. However, this is challenging as food will not be provided within the cube. They rely on nearby villages for food. If nearby villages feed them, they will survive. Otherwise, they will starve to death. In the same situation, we witness a French female in prison. To feed, she damaged her 02N skin and began eating. After becoming dissatisfied with her existence, she harms her throat and commits suicide. Then we see a girl named Kelly who is unconscious in this cube cell. Her jail was located on the seashore near a play area for children. Kelly realizes her mistake once her ball collides with a cube. She found herself tied up. She began shouting that it was not my fault. Why was I punished? However, no one would listen to her. Kelly is given a 7-year prison by an AI system. Currently, she relies on villagers for food. Kelly was stunned to hear this. In contrast, another female is trapped in the same box and has repeatedly attempted to leave it. The AI system informs her that this was her last warning. You continued to flout the rules and will now face consequences. It is possible that the upper section of the girl's box will fall and kill her. The scene returns to Kelly, who has not had any food or water in 2 days. She slips her hand out of the box's small window and shouts to ask for food, but no one was too far away. She was unconscious from hunger. The next day, she regains consciousness upon hearing a girl's voice. The girl had come to offer her food. When she saw her, she expressed her confusion about why she was locked up. The girl responds, "I don't know." When Kelly discusses leaving, the girl responds that the government will make the final decision. Don't try to leave since you'll be in a dangerous scenario. She ate the food handed to her by the girl and remained in this state for several days. After a couple of days, the girl continued to deliver meals. Kelly was tired of her weird life in the box. She intends to commit suicide. "I've been punished for 7 years. Do you know anything about Shakespeare?" the girl asked. "Consider this book. You will enjoy reading it." Kelly refused to take it since it violated jail rules. Now the girl had handed her lunch and departed. Kelly discovers during her meal that the girl had put a tiny book in her lunch and handed it to her. Kelly hides the book from the AI camera as it could result in severe punishment. She no longer wants to feel pain. Kelly collects water, bathes with it, then throws it out the window. She wasted her drinking water, breaking a guideline. As a punishment, she is transported back to the island where few people used to visit. The girl who fed Kelly for the first time questions why she was returned to this location. Kelly does not respond to her query. In contrast, she inquires about the process of assigning prisoners to eat or not. The girl explains that the choice is made by our monks. Kelly's goal is to provide food to as many people as possible, but due to bad weather, it's difficult to come here every day, resulting in many prisoners dying of hunger. After departing the girl's house, Kelly spent her time playing ball and reading a book, which she struggled to read without being punished by the AI camera. After a few days, Kelly feels as if she's being transported somewhere else. After feeling hungry, she notices a man eating apples in front of her. The girl was hurting. She begged him to give her the apple, but he said she would have to pay for it. Kelly had no other way to keep alive. After agreeing with him, she discovers that he has killed another person. Kelly's foot were also struck by a round from the drone gun. Instead, she received an apple. After immediately eating half of the apple, she discovered that it had insects. She throws aside her food. Here, the AI informs her that she has broken a rule. Someone received food from you. Kelly's violation of the regulations resulted in a 7-day suspension of sleep. Kelly had no other option but to complete the sentence. 2 days passed. Kelly's mind was bursting with fall asleep. When she blinked, the AI would sound an alarm. After 5 days, it became tough to wake up on the last 2 days. She has started beating her head on the wall to prevent sleep. After 7 consecutive days of waking up, she began experiencing weird illusions. She saw herself like a queen here. Her punishment has finally come to an end. Upon hearing this, she quickly falls asleep. She slept for several days and awoke to the sound of firecrackers. The AI informed her that today is New Year. She wishes her New Year but does not respond. She felt unhappy in prison. Kelly is approached by an elderly woman who confesses to having squandered a significant amount of money. She understands how horrible this jail is. Every day she gets awful dreams about this jail. The accountant suggests that rather than staying in jail, you should commit suicide. She escapes by staring at a rusted blade. Kelly lacked the courage to take her own life. 4 months had passed. Kelly was still unwell. Her foot wound was also deteriorating. The following day, she encounters the girl in the bush who gave her the first kiss. She takes the water and informs the girl she has become pregnant. Kelly asks for aid. You have 2 options: leave or assist in caring for the child. Kelly was about to leave when the AI whistled again, indicating that she had broken another rule and would receive punishment. 6 months later, Kelly remains in the same jail. A man approaches Kelly and inquires, "How is this?" The man shows him a burned cube. Kelly wakes up and urges him to leave. After a few days, Kelly is surprised to learn that a kid has been born next to her, reminding her of her anguish. This child gave her company and support. She gives the kid a hug without realizing that the child is the only one who is happy. When the AI system finds out Kelly was unconscious when deadly gas was released from the box, she later realized she had been slain. She also lost her child. Despite her loud screams and bloody mouth, no one listened to her. Kelly was going to smash the box, which is why it is placed close to the sea. During storms, the salty seawater in her box would burn her wounds. Kelly was quite nervous about this. After a few days, a storm hits the sea. The box's AI system was broken after fast filling with water. When the government learns about this, they are instructed to locate and confiscate the banana cube. The AI drones do not shoot the banana cube, instead picking it up and taking it away. Unfortunately, a skylight fell on the drone, causing it to set on fire and the squash cube to crack open. The fractured banana cube was found laying on one side and free outside. The anguish and suffering were finally done. The story finishes here.